Dear coronavirus, such an intense time you've created here on Earth. Thanks to your abrupt appearance, we're all facing a rapidly changing environment. Changes in the lives of millions led to news and regulations being spit out hour by hour. We've been thrown into a scary reality no matter where in the world we found ourselves to be. Your name has been spelled out in every sentence as a topic that cannot be neglected, and to a certain point deservingly causes significant concern all around the globe. We humans always fear what's the unknown at first, until we get familiar with it. We're slowly getting used to you being a part of our lives for a while, but we still don't see the point of why did you come? Perhaps we never will, but in my books, everything in life has its pros and cons. I always look for positives, but this time around, I almost believed you to be the first exception with no positives in sight. All that seemed to make the world go round was turned upside down. In time of disruption and uncertainty, first I found it extremely overwhelming to find answers to what's the truth to listen to. Are you just a cold or an apocalypse that'll extinct human beings? Does the flu really kill way more people on the daily basis than you ever will? Are you caused by the 5G outbreaks? Is your existence a beginning of total societal collapse or another conspiration theory? Were you biomodified by the group of cruel terrorists? Is it all the media doing an exceptional job in churning the exciting news about you? Clickbait of the horror headlines? Are you God shaking our shoulders so we finally wake up from the dream that we rule the world? Drowning myself in the sea of overwhelm and pressure of the outside world, I kept bouncing back and forth between fear-based anxiety and hopeful enthusiasm that it's all gonna be okay. I didn't know what to think, and this fearful emotion was, hopefully, the only virus creeping into my system and slowly killing the hope and faith inside of my otherwise positive self. I no longer knew where to turn. I zoomed the focus to the only direction that remained, within. I saw some light there, tiny little beam of the belief I almost gave up on. I remembered what my teacher used to say. Even on the darkest night, there are bright stars behind the clouds. You creative waves of fear, and as much as I think this unpleasant emotion is necessary for one's survival, panic, stress, and overwhelm are optional. It's our choice to react or respond to every single situation, world pandemic not being an exception. I regained the ground under my feet again by embracing this challenge and forming my own version of the truth. I always look for blessings in the shitstorm, and this, no doubt, is a big one. So my question is there beauty in the midst of COVID-19 chaos you brought upon us? This, of course, is for each one of us to decide, but I truly believe there is. They said there's only one way to stay away from you, social distancing. And when I isolated myself, I started reconnecting to myself. It helped me to step aside from the truths of others and to find my own. The essential activities of the world as I knew it quickly became a luxury I no longer needed, nor could I engage in. Things I may have taken for granted were gone in a matter of seconds, and suddenly I needed way less than what I thought. Hectic lifestyle mixed with running around became not only pointless, but also impossible. Every deadline I found to be crucial just a week ago was put on hold and replaced with soul-searching questions of being in the realm of what are those true values hidden in my heart. I wondered, what's left? What doesn't change no matter the challenge thrown my way? I paused and listened to the quiet whispers of my soul. We call you the novel coronavirus, and I believe you're not just a new problematic issue affecting the whole wide world, but also the new very rare occasion that unites us through separation. What a strange dichotomy of the social distancing that divides us for obvious reasons, but at the same time brings us closer to our inner being and towards each other. All of a sudden, it doesn't seem to matter if you're rich or poor, black or white, gay or straight. This painfully blissful experience makes us all one and the same. It makes us human. I believe you're handing us a beautifully unique gift. And I really want to believe we are ready to receive it and realize that we won't ever be able to fight out of our separate shells of individualism, consumerism, or even religion. Unless we unite in the power of love and hope, the weapons of fear and hate will only broaden the abyss of our desperate efforts to push away what doesn't serve our own seemingly best interests, including blaming you for the hardships that bubbled up with your abrupt arrival. But really, how can we be so sure this to be a crisis and not the ultimate blessing you're trying to pass to us? What if this just serves us as another raised finger of the universe who's giving us yet another chance to figure out the game of life? An opportunity to do it right this time? What if there was a way bigger disaster waiting us if we weren't willing to stay put for a while? What if? We may never know why you came. We can just surrender and have trust in someone or something looking out for us. We can try to do our best and accept you as a part of our reality. This crisis is nothing to be taken lightly. My heart goes to all affected by losing their jobs, health, or loved ones. For all of those reasons, I'm truly mad at you. But in some strange way, it makes my heart dance in a feeling of hope and joy for better tomorrows. I see you as a proof of us individuals being able to come together as a whole. I see you as an opportunity to realize that we're capable of uniting around something so tiny but so powerful. I see you as an opportunity to shift all of the other issues we face on the global scheme today. If something invisible can create a ripple effect that shifts the course of the whole planet, love can do it too. Faith can do it too. We can do it too. If we can think in unison where there's not much of another choice, we can do it, period. We're proving that all the imaginary excuses of why we can't work past the boundaries of what's acceptable by society, these beliefs are proven invalid. Question to ask ourselves, do we want to? Do we care enough to face the discomfort as individuals to thrive as humanity? You may be giving us the reason to question our choices, but the final decision is ours. No doubt there's been hints for us to see all along the way. It's not like this just happened out of the blue. It's the accumulation of all those little warning signs we failed to pay attention to, snowballing into something we can no longer unsee. It's this disruption shaking up our shoulders so we wake up from our ignorance. Slap in the face of our collective behavior telling us to finally wake up, because it's when the intensity reaches its breaking point when change can truly happen. It's a scary path you're wanting us to walk through just to realize that breaking down is nothing to be feared. It's something to be embraced as an opportunity to break through and celebrate the birth of something new. But why wait for another catastrophe as an impulse strong enough to finally shift our belief? The time is now. Seeing the beauty of what's happening in response to the global hardships, it makes It all makes me believe that we will make it. We will make the heartbeat of humanity beat strong and loud again by healing our own hearts. We are stronger together than we'll ever be when standing alone. It's no longer me, but we, not mine, but ours, not them, but us. You are the precious reminder that we're all in this together. There's fear, anxiety, and scarcity, but there's also love, compassion, and generosity. It's what we focus on that grows. How tiny and invisible to our naked eye you are, yet so powerful to spread all around the world. Just like your extreme contagiousness, it's our tiniest decisions affecting the well-being of the whole world. That's how incredibly impactful our choices are. And even though there are still lots of assholes refusing to take responsibility for their selfish behavior, I choose not to blame them. I choose to have compassion even with the ones turning their backs to their own healing and world's transformation. We're only just learning to work together as a team. We just began to strengthen the weak muscle of collective responsibility and human interconnectedness. By fighting against the actions of our enemies, we support their urge to rebel more than before. Even those people are doing the best they can, the best they know. I choose not to judge them for who did what and who did not. Instead, I agree to disagree with empathy and understanding. All my power lies in leading by example and taking responsibility for my own actions. Hey humans, let's inspire each other to take the higher road. Let's have so much love in our hearts that it spills out over hate of others, as that may be the only way to turn the darkness back into the light. It's the people just like you and me who know what to do in the state of emergency. We don't need a fancy degree to spread kindness and generosity deeply engraved in our being. Love is the common denominator, the solution we often neglect in the midst of any crisis. It's the language we all can speak way earlier than when we learn to talk. And it's in times like these we remember the language of love again. You know, coronavirus, I'm truly thankful for you to show up the way you did. I feel terrible for the consequences you may have on the way we live, but at the same time, I know it may be the one and only way for us to learn how to truly live again. My heart bursts with gratitude witnessing strangers helping one another navigate through confusion and overwhelm. People sharing when they alone are unsure they'll have enough for themselves. I'm so proud of our humans for the ability to reawaken the kindness in their hearts, for digging in to bring up the solidarity for within the depths they didn't know they could reach down to. My heart wants to dance in joy when seeing how the unique circumstances forced us to think outside of the box, strengthening our innovative resourcefulness, giving us the resiliency to burst solutions we didn't believe possible. It makes my heart smile to see companies put aside their profit plans and prioritize the well-being of others rather than their own gains, even if it means a danger for their long-term survival. In times of the unprecedented uncertainty, businesses are giving back, coming together for the mutual benefit of all, and collaborating with those who'd been competitors just a short while back. Everyone is forced to pause, perhaps to reevaluate the current era ROIs, and to see the few things that really matter when the shit hits the fan. Maybe it's an opportunity to add in yet another layer of meaningfulness and way to have an impact that, which when you leave again, can reach beyond the doors of our thriving companies. Hey you, coronavirus, are you friends with nature? God, or the universe? Is it them sending you to shake us up? I applaud them for having such an endless patience with the unsustainable actions we humans conclude at an ever-growing speed. We've been granted so many warning signs, but still didn't get the hint. We're testing the boundaries of what we still can get away with. I have to thank you, whatever higher power you are, for giving us yet another chance when all we do is keep adding to the tipping point of the scales you've tried so desperately to balance out. We keep neglecting the time bomb we're all sitting on, mindlessly heating up the steam in the Earth's pressure cooker. It seems like we often try to prove we are the center of the universe, making the world go round and run the show. I feel sorry for our disconnection and denying the unimaginable power of nature that handled way bigger species than us tiny humans. Often I don't understand the reason why we lie to ourselves, pretending we get to decide the course of a movie we all play a crucial role in, but are no longer guaranteed it will be a happy ending. Overlooking the dysfunctional brokenness is becoming close to impossible, yet we manage to prioritize the wrong sources of happiness. The need for something to change is getting more and more obvious. Perhaps now, by being grounded, nature sends us to our rooms to think about all that we have done. Next, we can either blend in, learn to adapt, or, in my opinion, we'll keep running into the challenges showing us how little say we have in deciding our collective destiny. I'm sorry we lost touch with nature, and instead we keep giving great importance to the external forces of consumerism while poisoning Mother Earth in the process of getting more than what we truly need. How selfish we are to keep destroying the only home we have. How ignorant we are not to see the beautiful gift of life we've received. Slowing down to watch life from behind the closed window, I see nature crying. Not because of itself. Nature does not need us. It's us needing nature. But I know she's weeping because she'll miss us once we're gone. There are things we messed up when you infected our comfort zones. But there are things we did right. We all got together. We paused to take a breath. We took action without waiting for others to save us. We came up with our own solutions. We stepped up for what's right. We put humanity prior to the monetary values. We helped strangers. We lifted each other up. We sparked change in communities. We gave to others without expecting anything back. We loved from the depths of our hearts. We searched within our souls. We rediscovered the real purpose of our existence. We came back to being human. We changed. The world has changed. Because every single one of us had changed by you showing up. Everything changes, and I know with my full heart that the day when all our today's fears will be just a distant memory is coming. Until then, we must stay. We must be to feel your presence fully and stick with what is the reality of right now. Once we come out of the other end of an uncertainty, it'll be up to us to decide which direction to take from there. If we take this lesson as an opportunity to transform the way we think as humanity and get our values straight, or fall right back into our old tracks and patterns of self-destruction once your immediate threat disappears again. Change is unfamiliar, scary, painful, but so worth it if we have the courage to step out of our safe and cozy bubble, grab each other's hands, and explore the scary unfamiliarity of global transformation. I hope we'll never forget the sorrow we faced after the world crumbled down. When the world starts running at the normal speed once again, with all my soul, I hope that we'll never forget the fight we fought all together. I hope we'll always remember the newfound wisdom that the ultimate change truly starts within, with one single decision to help ourselves, help our neighbors, help our communities. I hope we won't forget the responsibility of our interconnected actions having an immense impact on the lives of others. I hope we'll never forget and always remember that this is the way to change the world. And I promise you that I will never stop trying my own very best in the fight for humanity, because I believe there's hope to win this battle peacefully. If we drop the fear, let go of the boundaries and fight with love together. When the world of differences separating us from each other crumbles as we know it, what's left are the similarities uniting us with each other. When all is taken away from us, we're left with an opportunity to surrender, have faith, and trust the guidance of life. When we dump the fear of the unknown and let go of need for clarity, what remains, that is our true nature. That is who we are. I have one wish. I wish we keep our hearts wide open to continue spreading love as the most potent virus there will ever be, and treat each other in a way we do in times of global quarantine, so we create a world we can all be proud of, because together we can. My dear coronavirus, thank you for taking humans apart to bring humanity together. With all my heart, Lucy Darshan.